Happy Monday and welcome back, my YouTube friends and family. This is Lindsay and I am back with more daily work from home job leads for you. I don't know how in the world we are already in June. I feel like the older I get, the more time just keeps moving faster and faster. But in today's video, we have quite a few healthcare jobs. I saw last week in the comments, multiple people were in the comments asking for healthcare jobs. So we have things like payment posting, credit balances, billing in the healthcare space. We even have a company, we have a few non-healthcare options as well. We have a company hiring someone to do mainly email and website chat. We even have Cash App hiring again. I feel like Cash App is on a roll right now with posting remote jobs. So hopefully I have a mixed bag, a little bit of a something for everyone. Links, timestamps, all additional information can be found in the YouTube description box below this video. And I do want to go ahead and note up front that I have quite a few jobs to share today. I feel like I'm sharing like about double what I normally share. So I'm going to try to get through these as fast as possible, but just know this might be a longer video. And speaking of a longer video, I also have a review that I did for my Amazon channel. If you've been following kind of like that journey with me, a company sent me a wireless heated coffee mug, and working from home, I drink a lot of coffee. This thing is very neat, but I want to share my review video with you, but it's very long. It's almost 4 minutes. So I'm going to throw that at the very end of the video after all the job leads. So if you care to see that, stay to the very end. But with that being said, first up, we have the company Groups Recover Together. They have 125 reviews from past and current employees, an overall employee satisfaction rating of 3.5 out of 5 stars. They are looking for a payment posting specialist. Now, I saw in the comments last week, somebody was specifically looking for payment posting jobs. As always, if you're looking for something, feel free to leave it in the comments. I can never make any promises, but I do read those and keep that in mind when I am searching for things to share. Now, this is remote for the United States. Everything that I'm sharing is for the United States. But they're looking for somebody to post all of their payments, adjustments, and denials from insurance companies and patients to the patient's account in their billing system. So basic payment posting, what you're going to be doing is when insurances get claims from like doctors' offices or hospitals, they either pay them in full, pay them partially and say, okay, we're making a partial payment, but the patient owes the other part as their copay or deductible. However they end up processing that claim, they send back a remittance advice or an explanation of benefits. And so they have codes on those, and you have to post those codes and what those codes mean into the system so that the patient can get billed their correct copay or deductible, or the payment can get applied that the insurance paid to the correct account. So you're going to be working with insurance companies like Medicare, Medicaid, and then your commercial payers as well, like Blue Cross, United Healthcare, just reading these explanation of benefits as they come in and kind of posting basically what the insurance company said they're paying or denying, things like that. And if they deny, you're investigating the source of the unidentified payment so that it can be applied to the correct account, that reasoning or whatever they're saying. Now, no college degree is needed for this one. While they prefer somebody who has like an associate's degree, only a high school diploma is actually required as long as you have 2 to 5 years of experience in some kind of a payment posting or kind of like healthcare experience. They do want somebody who's worked in healthcare, has knowledge of like CPT codes, ICD-10 diagnosis codes. You've worked with like electronic health medical record system, and you kind of know how to work different technology computer systems, like how to get on like Zoom meetings, things like that. Great communication skills, and be very detail oriented. Now, sadly, this one did not list pay. That will need to be discussed with them at the time of the interview. Now, next up in the healthcare industry, we have Tenet, or Tenet, however you say that, healthcare hiring. They have 1,800 reviews from past and current employees. They have an overall employee satisfaction rating of 3.0 out of 5 stars. And they have Conifer Health Solutions as a child company under their parent company. And so they are hiring a denials specialist. This is remote for the United States. And so really what a denial specialist is kind of on the flip side of that payment posting that we were just talking about. When the payment poster's coming, the insurance company denied a claim and did not pay it. Those codes come in for the reasons why. Your payment posters generally post those reasons into the system. And so then the denial specialist is responsible for reading those reasons and figuring out what needs to happen to the claim next, because the claim is still outstanding and not paid. So is it going to be billed to the patient since their insurance didn't pay it? Are you going to write it off because you as a company billed something wrong and you can't fix it? Are you going to fix things? Maybe you build a wrong code or something and you need to fix it and rebill it out the door. Or is the insurance company simply requesting additional information like medical records or things like that? So you're going to send it to them. But whatever it is, you're trying to figure out the reasons why the insurance did not pay in the first place and what you can do to get that claim paid and that kind of decision overturned. So they only require a high school diploma or GED and somebody who has 3 to 5 years in some kind of billing or collections. They specifically want somebody who's kind of worked in a hospital business environment. Other than that, you've got to know how to read those explanation of benefits from the insurance companies. Be familiar with hospital billing forms like UB04. The CMS 1500 is more on the physician side, so this is going to be more billing for the hospital side. Of course, you got to know all the codes and how to work around computers, specifically those Microsoft Office systems. Pay is listed kind of down near the bottom. It's anywhere from $18.60 an hour up to $28 an hour. Now, next up, we have another healthcare company hiring, Amerita. They are part of Bright Spring Health Services, and I do believe this position is specifically for their Bright Spring division. They have 125 reviews with that rating at 2.9 out of 5 stars. They are looking for a credit balance specialist. Now, this is paying anywhere from $19 an hour up to $21 an hour. And even though it is fully remote, they are specifically looking for someone to work 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you're outside of that time zone, you'll kind of have to convert your hours to see if that works for you. But they're basically looking for somebody to make sure that their company goals for cash collection, credit balances, medical records, correspondence, appeals, disputes, all of their accounts receivable over 90 days have been met. So you're going to have to understand those insurance contracts, medical policies, payments, verify, dispense medications, supplies, all of those things. And then, of course, you're reviewing payments and adjustments, seeing why a credit balance is on account, and figuring out what needs to happen. If refunds need to happen, you are going to give the refunds or initiate the refunds in the system. So this is kind of on the flip side of the other two jobs, right? Once insurance pays, maybe a patient made a payment up front thinking they were going to end up owing a copay or deductible, and then the insurance comes in and pays the whole thing and does not say that the patient is responsible for anything. So now you have more payments on the account than you actually billed for. So someone is owed a refund. Is it the patient? Is it the insurance company? It's your job to kind of investigate those situations and figure out who is deserved the refund. Now, in credit balance situations, sometimes there's not always a refund due. You may have posted too many adjustments to the account, like contractual adjustments and things like that. So, of course, again, you're just doing all that research to find out why more money is posted to an account than the original billed balance. This only requires a high school diploma or GED and somebody who has 1 to 2 years of experience in some kind of revenue cycle. Of course, they want somebody who has working knowledge of kind of insurance, somebody who knows medical terminology, somebody who can type at least 40 words per minute and work their way around computer systems. And again, pay for this one is $19 to $21 an hour. Stepping out of the healthcare industry for a moment, we have the company Blend hiring. Now, Blend is in the financial field. They have 318 reviews, that overall rating of 2.7 out of 5 stars. They are looking for a product support specialist, again, remote for the United States. Now, their product support specialist is going to be mainly non-phone based, but you're resolving tier 1 and tier 2 incoming issues through email and website chat. Now, occasionally you might have to do like a Zoom or WebEx meeting to live troubleshoot sessions, but most of this is going to be non-phone through that email and website chat. And of course, because this is in the financial field and financial products, you're trying to translate technical speak and troubleshooting steps into easy to understand terms for the customers. So you're just communicating expectations, deadlines, and assisting those clients with urgent needs to help them with the best solutions across the financial platform and business. Now, it does say you get bonus points if you have a bachelor degree, but it is not required. What they're looking for is somebody who is very detail oriented, somebody who can be organized, somebody who has great communication skills, of course, somebody who can understand technical issues, troubleshoot things. So they prefer somebody who has experience with like online support ticketing systems, maybe like Zendesk, but you do have to be flexible and be able to work some weekends and holidays. Pay for this one is anywhere from $24 an hour up to $31 an hour. Now, next up, if you're looking more into like entering information into computer systems, we have NuMotion hiring. NuMotion has 474 reviews with an overall rating of 3.6 out of 5 stars. They're looking for a spec entry coordinator. This is remote again for the United States, and pay for this one is anywhere from $18 an hour up to $21 an hour. But you're basically completing accurate data entry of order details per the technician order specifications. So you are kind of working with vendor representatives and vendor configurations, making sure that they're 100% accurate in the system, that there is no duplication of the order request per the technician. So if you come across any problems with orders, you're timely communicating those order problems with other staff members, doing data entry into the computer system, just monitoring the accuracy of your personal work, making sure that you're double check that you entered everything correctly, and performing any quality assurance duties as needed. So you are just making sure all those orders are correct in the system. Only requires a high school diploma or GED and 2 years experience performing like customer service, data entry, or some kind of quality assurance. Most of us have at least customer service or data entry type experience. They want somebody who can kind of interpret business documents or forms, be a problem solver, and of course, somebody who can type correctly, type quickly, and do like accurate data entry. Now, this next one is a billing job that is not in the healthcare field. Constant Contact is a company that runs like online forms and stuff. I think people who are like me, who are content creators or have websites, you can sign up for Constant Contact to create like mailing lists and stuff where you collect email address and then email out like newsletters and stuff for your people. They have a 769 reviews with an overall rating of 3.9 out of 5 stars. They are looking for a billing specialist. You can work in their Colorado office, or this is remote for the United States. This is going to be an entry-level role, they say. Pay is anywhere from $17 an hour up to $21 an hour. Now, please note this role starts on July 7th, so a little bit of time, but they're basically looking for somebody to respond to their customer billing inquiries. This is going to be through phone, email, or any other mediums that they offer. So this is going to be more of like a customer service billing type job where you are going to have to take those phone calls, but you're basically opening case queues, making sure that you can resolve any customer billing issues, and if not, you're creating a ticket, opening up a case for them, just partnering with like retentions, sales to keep customers loyal, to keep them from canceling their account. So you're really just serving as a subject matter expert and investigating and resolving any complex or sensitive billing issues that they have. Only requires 2 years of experience in either billing, customer support, or account management. Somebody who can be a problem solver, somebody who can be professional on the phone with people. You have great communication skills. You can multitask. But again, no college degree is needed. Now, next up, we have Cash App or Block, the parent company that owns Cash App hiring. I feel like Cash App has been on a roll here lately with their new positions, new remote work from home positions. But Block itself has 1,800 reviews with an overall rating of 3.7 out of 5 stars. Of course, they are looking for somebody to work with their Cash App division, being a risk mitigation specialist. They're specifically looking for somebody to kind of make sure scams on Cash App don't happen. This is going to be a remote work from home role. But basically, you're working as a fraud specialist, identifying and reviewing suspicious activity that's been flagged by their tool system for customer escalations. You're going to review these accounts in accordance with company policies and procedures, just investigating, monitoring potential high risk or fraudulent activity, and of course, responding to incoming claims in the customer online queues, making sure that if customers have submitted transactions that happened on their account that they're saying is fraud, that you look at those and you kind of research those. You're kind of having great attention to detail, just kind of collecting all the details and either deciding if something is fraudulent or if it is not. Now, they are looking for somebody who has 1 to 2 years of experience in some kind of fraud or prevention type role. Other than that, you've got to have knowledge of like banking policies, government regulations, so basic knowledge of like the core banking system. They do want somebody who can kind of understand transaction monitoring and risk as well. But of course, Cash App, as always, breaks the United States down into zones. Lowest pay for this is $22.74 an hour, with highest pay being $45.48 an hour. And of course, we have another healthcare billing position. Lifepoint Health is hiring. They have 571 reviews from past and current employees, and overall employee satisfaction rating at 3.1 out of 5 stars. They are looking for a remote billing specialist. Now, one thing to note about their job page is they have a lot of charts and graphs and benefits and stuff. You have to scroll kind of halfway down the page to get to the actual job description, but it is fully remote throughout the United States. But they're basically looking for somebody to do billing. So what you're going to be responsible for is doing billing issues, denials of claims, responsible for researching, working, and resolving those claim denials. So again, when a claim gets sent to an insurance company, if they do not pay it, which is what you want it to be paid in full, but if they don't pay it, they're going to send back that remittance advice or explanation of benefits, giving those denials and codes as to why they're not paying it. Maybe they're requesting medical records, maybe they're saying that they don't cover this code, or maybe you build a invalid diagnosis code. Whatever the issue is, you're just basically reading those explanation of benefits from the insurance companies, figuring out if there's anything legally that you can do to fix the claim and get it back out to the insurance company so they will process and pay it, or if the claim needs to be like written off, billed to the patient. Your job is to collect all the details, do all the research, and decide what happens next. Only requires a high school diploma or GED and 1 to 2 years of some kind of medical accounts receivable. Of course, again, because in the healthcare field, you've got to know those ICD-10 and CPT codes, be able to work with computer systems, specifically those Microsoft Office systems, be able to kind of read and interpret medical records, have great attention to detail. They're just looking for somebody who can really identify and resolve trends with the workflow. Now, pay is anywhere from $18 an hour up to $20 an hour. So I want to show you this awesome heated smart coffee mug that I did receive from the company as a gift to review for you. This is the coolest thing that I've ever seen. Now, it comes with the smart mug itself. It did come with a charging cord, the charging base or heated base. And then it also came with a travel top that you can put on the mug. And of course it has the hole. You can plug the hole or leave it open. And it does have a sip spout as well on the travel top. So you can just carry it with you on the go. It also came with a cute little stirring spoon for like your creamer in your coffee, your tea, your matcha, whatever it is you drink. This thing is so neat though. It can be used in multiple different ways. It's very versatile. And one thing I really like about this is that the mug itself is heated. So I have tried to use a bunch of coffee warmers in the past where it's just the thing your coffee sits on and it just heats from the bottom up, and my coffee never stayed as hot as I wanted it to. Now this mug goes anywhere from 120 to 160 degrees. And so what you can do is when you fully charge it, you can sit it on the charging base and the little light will come up and show you it's charging, and then the battery will be fully lit when it is fully charged. So this smart mug is very easy to use. There's a power on off button on the bottom. So you just press and hold it for 3 seconds to power it on. And then once it is officially on, this square button in the middle here, you can press it to pause and resume heating. These left and right arrows, you can change your desired temperature anywhere from 120 degrees up to 160 degrees in 5-degree increments. And so once you have chosen a temperature you would like, that's it. It just starts heating up to your desired temperature. Now, the number on the front of the mug is going to show you what the current temperature is, and it only takes a few minutes to come all the way up to the temperature that you need it to. And then, of course, as long as you don't pause or cut it off, it will stay that same temperature, keeping your coffee perfectly hot for up to 150 minutes. Now, you can also control the temperature settings on a smart app. If you want to use the app, if you have your phone nearby, you can just download the SG Mug app and then make sure your Bluetooth is enabled. And once you have the app on your phone, what you're going to do is click, there's going to be a little plus in the corner of the app. You're going to click that, click new device, search for Smart Mug, and just connect it to your Bluetooth. And then you'll be able to set your temperature and everything from your app. Now, if you want infinite number of hours, maybe you need it to stay hot for like 4 hours. If you're sitting at a desk or something where you have a plug-in, you can plug the base in and have it sitting on the base. That continuously keeps the battery charged using the base power, and therefore you have more time to keep the mug hot and on. Now, one thing I will say is because this is a smart mug and it has electrical components in it, it is hand wash only. You cannot throw it in the dishwasher. So I did want to note, I use like a espresso type machine and make Americanos, and I did have to remove my bottom tray for the cup to fit under my espresso machine, but it did fit and I was able to brew my Americano straight into the mug itself. I have found this makes a great mug for keeping your coffee hot if you're just outside enjoying the day, the morning, reading a book, or if you're sitting at your desk completely working. I have been enjoying this. I highly recommend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I'll be back really soon with more work from home job leads just for you.